Hey there. Good evening. My name is Kaiho, and I hope everyone's having a good night so far. Happy Saturday. Tonight we're going to be trying out Microsoft Flight Simulator. Something I always wanted to try. I always wanted to try this game like a flight sim, but it always seemed quite demanding for like a PC. And I was surprised but excited when I heard it was coming to a PlayStation 5. It officially, I believe, comes out on the 8th, but I purchased, I think, the pre-order deluxe version, so it came out a bit early. So, we'll see. Also, hey Magla, welcome. And Nazana, do not go to... Oh god. Okay. I don't think we'll be flying in that area anyways. But good to note. I'm going to try to take this seriously in a way. So, I think that's about it. Not much else to share. So, yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Oops, forgot to unplug my controller that's charging. Hold on. Game is super intense. Uh-oh. I mean, hopefully it has good tutorials. I did check it out ahead of time, just to get some, just to, make sure I had certain settings, as well as, create my character. The closest I could get to my, wait, hold on. Closest I could get to, my model. Look at that. Go free flight and figure it out raw. Let's try at least one or two of the tutorial first. Gotta make sure take off properly. I mean, I was able to take off in the few flights that I did, but I want to see what I might have missed. Also, welcome, is it Fox ASI or Faux ASI? I believe there's different pronunciations for that. But, welcome. Let's see. Here we go. Flight training. Alright, basic handling. The basic steps to handle an airplane. Sounds exactly the type of thing we should do. Cessna 172 Skyhawk. For getting to know more about the aircraft controls, we will go over the basic camera and toolbar interactions, which are essential tools to master in-flight simulator. What's the briefing? Maybe we could skip this. This seems to just be the controllers.
Welcome to Sedona. I'm Captain Jess Molina, and I'll be your instructor. For this lesson, we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts.
Okay.
Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies. This is your plane, a classic, the Cessna 172. Take a look around it. In the simulator, anytime you want, you can easily switch to cursor mode.
R1 and L3.
The cursor is handy for interacting with menus and cockpit controls or instruments. As you can see, activating the cursor also displays the toolbar at the top of the screen. The toolbar is a quick access menu that allows you to control various aspects of the simulation. Try to find and open the controls panel.
Wait, what? I was jotting down what cursor one was.
The controls panel is a useful reminder of the button layout for the devices you're currently using. Now try to find and open the camera panel in the toolbar.
Okay, it's on the top. What experience with aviation do I have? Does Ace Combat count? Does Ace Combat and Flying in Battlefield count?
The camera panel allows you to access the various views and camera modes of the simulation. Go ahead and close all the panels for now. Right now, we are in the external view mode. Let's switch to cockpit view next. In front of you is the yoke, the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In the simulation, you will be controlling the...
Wait, what the heck? Thought I changed this earlier. I need my my camera inverted. That's so weird. I thought I changed it earlier. Off to a good start. Yeah. Oops. Oh, maybe maybe it applies to all aircraft. Shoot.
Lazybones1249 says hello.
Oh, hey, Lazy. Welcome. Just in time. I think cockpit and then external camera. Hopefully everything else saved.
aircraft with your peripherals of choice. So, let's hide the yoke for now.
I'm sure I probably can run it, but I don't think I could run it. I think it would struggle running it, the game, as well as all my streaming programs. at the same time. I think that's the downfall right there. Point the yoke and hide it pressing X. This is the yoke?
All right.
Oh.
As we've seen, when you want to look around you, it's easy to rotate the camera. But you can also move it freely in the cockpit to get a better view of anything you want to see, even through a window to look outside. Now, reset the camera to its original position.
Oh, why would I want a camera right here? Get back to pilot view by pressing R3.
All right,
Okay.
that covers all the main camera functions available in the simulation. Try to familiarize yourself with them a bit more, then reset the camera to its original position whenever you're done.
Let me pull up my information, my system information. If I remember correctly. Oh yeah, AMD Ryzen 7 5700, 8 cores. And then my graphics card, I believe, is a 3060 Ti. 16 gigabytes of RAM. So I should be able to run the game, but it would struggle, I think, both the game and OBS.
Great.
Baby steps. Aced it. Alright, first training done. I think I might have earned this. Oh yeah. Can't be a pilot without aviator glasses, right? Aircraft essentials. In this tutorial, we will learn about the yoke, rudder pedals, and throttle. An RPM indicator. Do you play a lot of flight sims of faux ASI?
Let's get you familiar with the aircraft, a Cessna 172, and a few commands to navigate it through the skies. In front of you is the yoke. The yoke is like a steering wheel, more or less. Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns. Look at the trailing edge of the wings while turning the yoke to see the effect on the ailerons.
Ailerons? What is that? Oh, the flaps, right?
Okay. Now, the difference between the
6-hour
yoke
stream?
and the steering
Wow.
wheel is you can pull or push on the yoke. This controls the elevator at the back of the aircraft to make it climb or descend. Look at the horizontal stabilizer. While you pull on the yoke, you can see how it affects the elevator. Nice. Down at your feet are the rudder pedals. They steer the aircraft when you're on the ground. The upper part of the pedals also control your brakes. In the air, they control the rudder at the end of the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. This is mostly for small corrections, for coordinating turns or compensating for a plane's tendency to pull left during takeoffs and climbs. Look at the vertical tail while operating the pedals to see the effect on the rudder.
Yeah, Lazy, we finished our first training, so I think I earned my aviator glasses now.
Great. Last but not least, the throttle is located near the center of the cockpit. Pushing forward will increase power, pulling back will decrease power. First, look at the throttle and select it. Keep it selected and push it forward to increase power. Power is increased. Now pull it back to decrease power. Power is decreased. Now we'll do the same without focusing on it. Deselect the throttle. Look away from the throttle and increase power.
Hold X.
Set your throttle to idle. Excellent.
How do I know I'm even doing
When
anything
the engine is
when
on,
I'm looking
you'll
away?
be able to see the power change on your RPM indicator. You will find it on your PFD screen in the top left corner.
Oh, it does? Maybe I should have gone for the semi-transparent glasses so you could see my eyes still. Look at the RPM indicator.
This tells you how fast the engine is spinning
Oh, there you
in
go.
hundreds of revolutions per minute. Next, take a look at your current speed on the airspeed indicator. It's on the left on your PFD screen. It measures the speed in knots. To check your altitude, look to the altimeter. It's on the right on your PFD screen. Not all aircraft have integrated screens with all this information. A lot of them rely on analog instruments. You can find the analog versions of the airspeed indicator and the altimeter just above the throttle. They are respectively on the left and right. The analog altimeter has 3 hands similar to a clock. The long, thick pointer indicates 100-foot intervals. The short, thick one is 1,000-foot intervals, and the long, thin one counts 10,000-foot intervals. That's all for today. Next time,
What?
we'll see how it feels in the air.
Right. Well, let me see if I can change my glasses. So it doesn't look like I have a sleeping mask on. These probably are better. At least you can see my eyes. Alright, next training. Basics of altitude. The image to the right, the lines represent the horizon's position when ascending or descending. Okay.
To help demonstrate pitch, I've drawn 3 lines on the windshield. Notice how the middle line matches the horizon while we're flying level? This is the cruise attitude. The lower dotted line is the climb attitude, and the upper one is the descent attitude. Let's dig deeper into what that means. Pull back gently on the yoke until the climb attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude.
Do you think attitude or altitude?
According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude. But we're losing airspeed, proving you can't avoid basic physics while making a climb. That's good. Keep working on it. You'll get better. Now, let's level back out. Our speed is increasing and our altitude is stable. That's okay.
There you go.
Push gently on the yoke until the descent attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude.
Place the upper line into, oh, wait.
As expected, with a nose-down attitude, our altitude is decreasing while our speed is picking up. That's good.
Lazybones 1249 says
Keep working
Kaiho
on
to
it.
Birdman.
You'll get better. Okay, bring us back to level flight.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like they did use like a voice AI for the tutorial. I guess it's fine.
Now your speed is decreasing and your altitude is stable.
Man, what am I fighting? Wind resistance or something?
That's good.
Why am I? Why is
That's
it hard
okay.
to keep it?
I think a bit more practice may be a
Even.
good idea. Try to make only small adjustments to your pitch to avoid overcorrection.
Right, easy. Oh, okay. I thought she was mispronouncing altitude. There is a term called attitude. Pitch. Why not just say pitch then? That's like one syllable. Attitude is 3. Don't look at my scores, people. True, I suppose. What's that saying? Size doesn't matter, it's how you use it. It's got to be a bit more gentle on the small analog stick. I don't know. Right, turns and rolls. This lesson will focus on learning to turn with your aircraft. Okay, I think these are a given.
For this lesson, we're going to use a line drawn on the windshield to indicate the cruise attitude. I've also added another dotted line to help you bank properly for left turns. Gently move the yoke to the left until the dotted line matches up with the horizon. Then maintain that bank.
That's pretty easy.
That's good. Watch your altitude. It wasn't constant during the turn. Now, let's see you level back out. All right. For the next step, turning to the right, let's see how you do on your own without any markings. You can see a series of notches representing 10-degree increments on the attitude indicator part of your PFD. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. Start banking right until you're lined up with the second notch to the right on the attitude indicator. Then, maintain that 20-degree bank while remaining at the same altitude until I ask you to stop.
Alright, this is good.
That's good. Keep working to maintain a constant altitude during the turn. Level us back out now.
Right.
Great. Remember during a turn the aircraft tends to sink, you need to pull on the yoke to compensate.
And we're speeding through these trainings. Relationship between RPM and throttle management.
Let's talk about the throttle. If you have the need for speed, then the throttle's for you. Full control over the power output of the engine. In the Cessna 172, that relates directly to the RPM displayed on the tachometer on the PFD. Pull back on the throttle to reduce RPM to 1800.
Where's my RPM?
Look how your speed and altitude are also decreasing. Excellent. Okay, let's throttle back up to 2,400 RPM.
Right. Oh.
Push the throttle to reach 2,400 RPM.
Why is it on her screen? It should be on mine.
Your speed is increasing now. As long as you maintain the same attitude, your altitude will keep climbing as well. Keep working on it. You'll get better. You did well.
Hey, Roku.
But you can do better. Practice getting comfortable with the relationship between the throttle and RPM.
I gotta remember to look at the second screen for more information. For some reason, I thought it was mirrored, like she had the same screen as I did. Trim management. Okay. Airspeed indicator, heading indicator, tachometer.
In this lesson, let's take a look at the relationship between attitudes and power settings. Attitude plus power equals performance. We're currently at 5,500 feet in a cruise attitude. The aircraft's nose is positioned under the horizon, and cruise power is at 2,300 RPM.
Okay, I see it.
Try to reduce power to 2,000 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet.
Stall.
Go ahead, lower your RPM. Great. You probably noticed to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up.
Stall. Stall.
You could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control.
Stall.
Probably better to adjust your trim wheel until you don't need to push, or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down.
Stall.
Drag.
Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle.
Add trim. R1 plus.
Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
What am I? What am I adjusting?
Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet. You put your plane in a dangerous situation.
Huh? Okay.
You probably noticed to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up. You could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control. Probably better to adjust your trim wheel until you don't need to push, or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down. Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle.
5,500. Okay, it's like fine-tuning.
Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
What the?
Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet. Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
I'm trying.
Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,000. Keep working on it. You'll get better. Increase power to 2,300 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet.
Oh my
Get us back to a cruise
gosh.
altitude.
Okay.
That's good. Now, adjust the trim.
Okay.
You put your plane in a dangerous situation. Now, adjust the trim. That's good. You did well, but you can do better. The way I was taught, when you adjust the trim, you make course changes at first to remove pressure on the yoke. Then small adjustments to find the perfect setting to keep your desired attitude.
I don't think I'll be using this trim.
If you feel your pitch slipping and need to get back to the proper attitude, don't worry.
I'd rather just use
Just
the yoke.
pull on the yoke, then dial in the right trim. That's the key to straight and level flight.
Probably got a really low score on that one. Actually, all right. It's just the trim part that was a low score. Time for some maneuvers.
The art of maneuvering a plane through the air isn't a mystery to you anymore. Now it's time to test the skills you've learned. As you can see, we're cruising at 6,000 feet on a north heading of 360 degrees. Start by descending to 5,500 feet while maintaining a northerly heading.
Oh god. Oh. Pedals pretty sensitive. Descend to 5,500.
While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. If your speed is in the yellow section of the airspeed indicator, it means you are overspeeding. Reduce throttle to idle and pull gently on the yoke to slow down.
I think idle's the white zone.
While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. That's good. Now climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively.
South heading 6,000 feet.
You can start the climb when you're ready.
That's what I'm doing.
Stall. 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 Stall.
I need more power.
Nice. The turn was good, but try to climb faster in the future.
Stall.
Hey, I'm trying to be careful. I was stalling.
Next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots.
80 knots. Back. Is knots this left indicator?
Go ahead and reduce your speed.
80 knots.
That's good.
South heading.
Your speed was well managed, but your altitude needs to be more accurate. That was excellent.
All right. I think we at least need to do the second one, and I think we might be good to figure the rest out on our own, perhaps. Takeoff and landing. Yeah, everything else is like situational training, I think. There I am.
Hello. Today, we're going to go over all the steps that precede turning on your engine.
Oh,
Those steps are essential to ensure your aircraft's integrity and that everything is in order for a smooth and seamless flight. First of all, stretch your legs a bit and take a look at your aircraft and your surroundings. We never took much time to look at our aircraft from the outside, so take your time if you want to inspect it.
shoot, I didn't realize you could walk around. It's probably another camera settings for this. Oh, what would it be? Fixed camera? Oh, hey, Big Chum. Long time no see. We're trying to earn our wings right now. Can't be the external. We already changed that. Hmm. Oh well. I mean, I can't imagine we're only on first person for a brief time. You disappear in and out like a ghost? Okay. Clutch master. I mean, if he shows up, I don't know if he's gonna show up or not.
You might have noticed some extra bits on your aircraft. These are the covers and chocks. Covers are installed when the plane is not in use and are meant to avoid damaging its sensitive parts. Chocks are there to immobilize the aircraft. You'll need to remove them before takeoff.
Imagine if we tried to take off with those things. You live a boring life. I'm on the same boat as you. I don't go out much. I just kind of work and then stay home. Okay, so all these red things are chalk covers. Check out. Let's examine my flaps. New. Gotta make sure there's no stowaways in this compartment. It's like someone could fit in here if they wanted to. thought we already checked this one. Remove chocks. We already did. Right tower looks good. Right strut looks good as well. Oh, these.
And we're done for the outside. Now that we're sure your aircraft is functional and ready to taxi, let's check the inside. Let's get to the matter at hand. You've been given an EFB, also referred to as an electronic flight bag. It's a tablet that stores critical flight information and is the ideal tool to prepare your flight plans and enhance your piloting experience. Open it and take a look. Feel free to follow a quick guided tour of its features.
Open the EFB with L1 plus the touchpad.
The EFB features an interactive map, a flight plan editor, aircraft and current flight information, a nav log, as well as fuel and payload options. The EFB has plenty to offer, but if you want to get directly into the action, you can turn it off after you finish the quick tour.
Oh wow, this thing tracks everything.
It seems like we're all clear on the checklist. Now start this pretty bird up.
Start the engine.
Now that we've covered all the preparations, let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
All right.
Let's take a moment to talk about taxiing. Taxiing refers to moving the aircraft on the ground under its own power. In particular, getting from the ramp out to the hold short point on the edge of the runway. Steering on the ground is managed through the rudder pedals. That's right, unlike driving a car, we turn by using our feet. Okay, ready? With the throttle idle, release your parking brake. Okay. Now, gently increase throttle to get the aircraft moving. Go easy on your throttle. Use your rudder pedal to turn left and enter the taxiway. Increase throttle to gain forward momentum and then reduce RPM accordingly to match a fast walking speed while taxiing. Now, test the brakes. Good. Brakes checked. Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us. Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway. Watch your speed.
Oh. Oh, wait, stop.
Unfortunately, one of your wheels crossed out of the taxiway. Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us. Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway.
feel the same. I view myself as
One of the wheels
unremarkable.
crossed out of the taxiway. All right, taxi to holding point Alpha 1 next. It's at the far end of the airport, near the head of runway 21. Stay as close as possible to the taxiway center, marked by the yellow line, and watch your speed.
Yeah, I didn't know. True, I didn't know Big Tom was a girl. I always assume everyone's
Mind your speed.
guys.
Aircraft are difficult to maneuver on the ground. Watch your speed. Mind your speed. Aircraft are difficult to maneuver on the ground. Watch your speed.
Ooh, I think I'm taxiing pretty fast.
After the right turn, come to a stop before the hold short point, in prep for takeoff. Watch your speed.
Stop! Oh,
That was good taxiing. The next challenge will be to keep the aircraft under control while at full throttle for takeoff.
I mean, that's ideally how I would like to be viewed as, to be honest, personally. Like, I don't want to be remarkable where people start, you know, I'm thinking work-wise, where people start, like, having to rely on me or something, or always come to me, but don't want to be too bad where people view me as useless or something. I don't know. I'm like the guy that likes to, be neutral. If that makes sense.
There's an old saying I like. A mile of road will take you a mile. A mile of runway will take you anywhere. Taking off isn't hard, but there are a few key points to remember. First, we always take off into the wind, which won't be an issue on a calm day like today. Second, before we enter a runway, we always make sure it's clear. Check to the right to see if a vehicle is on the runway, and to the left to make sure no other planes are approaching. Runway numbers are not arbitrary. Each number matches the first two numbers of the runway's compass bearing, rounded to the nearest 10 degrees.
What?
For example, a runway orientated towards the north would be numbered 36, which is 360 degrees on a compass. Everything looks good, no cross traffic. Go ahead and taxi into position.
That's what the numbers stand for.
Now slowly taxi onto the runway and align the plane with the center line. Then stop your plane just after the number 21.
Oh, I might have failed that one.
Excellent.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right, let's do this. Apply full power, and I'll walk you through the takeoff as we go.
Full power.
Use your rudder to stay on the center line, and keep pushing power until you reach 55 knots. back on the yoke.
Stall.
And we're airborne.
Stall.
Wait, wait.
Stall. Stall.
Line up the top of your instrument panel so it's a couple of inches above the horizon. That'll pitch us up and set a good climb attitude.
We're good, we're good.
Maintain 75 knots, and we'll reach our target altitude of 5,500 feet in no time. Focus on flying straight. Use your rudders to remove the left yaw our plane has when climbing. You can see your current yaw input by looking at the MFD slip skid indicator. Maintain 75 knots and climb to 5,500 feet.
Dang it, can't pitch the yoke too aggressively or else I lose airspeed. Most.
Okay, 5,500 feet. You've reached your target altitude. Good job.
Alright. Think we might be ready. Maybe. Oh wait, probably be good to know how to land.
For this landing exercise, I want you to focus on the yoke only. We're close enough to the runway to land safely without adding any throttle. Maintain a speed of around 65 knots. Pitch down if you're going too slow. Pitch up if you're too fast.
65 knots.
Keep your airspeed at 65 knots. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. To flare means to raise the nose of the aircraft to slow your descent for a softer landing, but without ever leveling off or climbing. The main landing gear will touch down before the nose wheel does.
Okay.
We're coming up on flare height. Now, focus.
Yeah, I did not see that fence. Let's try that again.
For this landing exercise, I want you to focus on the yoke only. We're close enough to the runway to land safely without adding any throttle. Maintain a speed of around 65 knots. Pitch down if you're going too slow. Pitch up if you're too fast.
Okay, maybe I should just, like she said, rely on the yoke only. I was trying to use my pedals, but they're very sensitive when it comes to turning. Dude,
Keep your airspeed at 65 knots.
65.
When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. To flare means to raise the nose of the aircraft to slow your descent for a softer landing, but without ever leveling off or climbing. The main landing gear will touch down before the nose wheel does.
How come it's not saying I'm not aligned with the runway? It's right there.
We're coming up on flare height. Resist the temptation to pull back. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
Okay.
Nice. Now, apply the brakes progressively to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. Use rudder pedals to stay on the center line. Well done, but there's room for improvement. Keep in mind that approaching the runway at the right speed is key to a good landing.
I'd probably try to do the same, but I would probably say, try to speak so fast it just comes out as gibberish. Right, we know how to land now. Maybe one more landing. I think we might be good.
In the first part of this landing exercise, I want you to stay on the glide path by using the throttle. You can make small corrections with the yoke to stay aligned with the runway. Smooth action on the throttle is key for remaining on the correct glide path. If you find yourself too high, reduce your power. If you're too low, increase it. Remember though, always make soft corrections. You don't want to overcompensate. Now you can use the elevator to land.
500.
Use the elevator, what?
Reduce throttle to idle. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Nice. Now, apply the brakes to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop.
That was pretty good.
That was excellent.
Okay, I think this might be the landing with full control. Because I didn't have full control in that last one until like the very last minute.
My first instructor used to say, the best part of flying is landing in one piece. Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing. And I
Better say a prayer, lady, then.
Configuration at 65 knots with 20 degrees of flaps. Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare.
Maintains 65. Wait, pitch up. runway too. Okay, there you go. What does this look like I'm gonna shoot too low? I can't even change my throttle.
500.
What are we doing, lady? He said maintain 65. We're gliding into the freaking mountain.
Stall.
Or the hill.
Stall. Stall.
Ah.
My first instructor used to say, the best part of flying is landing in one piece. Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing.
I think I'll switch to 65 knots the closer I am to the runway.
At 65 knots with 20 degrees of flaps. Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare.
Oh wait, now I can control the throttle. What the heck? It wasn't letting me the last one. I think we could switch to 65 as soon as right when we're on the runway.
Stall. 500.
Shoot, more power.
Stall.
Reduce throttle to idle. Now, focus on the end of the runway and pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it. Nice.
Go.
Now, apply the brakes progressively to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. Use rudder pedals to stay on the center line. That was excellent.
Right. I think we might be good. Right, well, what else is there? That's just another landing before first solo flight. So I think we could do our first solo flight in free flight. Alright, Lazy. Where do you live again? Don't be specific. So you don't accidentally like dox yourself. You're in the Philippines, right?
Lazybones 1249 says to Philippines in the city of Manila.
Wait, that's Japan. Hold on. Where's the Philippines at? Oh, there you go. Manila. Is it cloudy where you are? 'Cause I think this game uses real-time weather. This is the Philippines, right? Yeah, Manila. Ninoy Aquino International. Okay. Set that as the arrival. Let's pick a decent departure so we're not traveling too long but not too short. What about this one? $11-minute flight? Maybe a shoreline departure. Okay, I think 22 minutes is good. A decent flight. Guess we'll go with the Boeing. It's a average looking airliner. Airbus, maybe? We'll go with Boeing. That's like the American one, right? I wasn't paying attention, but are we still in the Philippines, even on the departure?
Romeo Papa Uniform, Mike traffic, November 738 Bravo. Taking off runway tree 4. North departure, Romeo Papa Uniform, Mike.
Does this look like the Philippines? Kinda does. Alright. Got the co-pilot. I don't know what that is over there. Oh, that looks like a plane. Wait, no, what is that? Oh, there are cars. Alright. Ready. Let's get this started. Good evening, everyone. This is your captain speaking. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you all for choosing Kaiho Air. Y'all must be pretty, desperate, fortunate, to choose the cheapest airline in the business, where your only true payment is possibly your very own life, if need be. skies look pretty clear. We've been given the go-ahead for takeoff. First, I'd like to remind everyone to make sure your seatbelts are fastened. I think there might be oh yeah, no smoking too. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened. Make sure all your personal belongings and bags are secured properly in the overhead compartment. Make sure your food trays are up and secured. And electronic devices are also shut off. And also those with children, make sure to keep them in check. I don't want any kids running up and down the aisles. That being said, it's like we are clear. Again, thank you for flying with Kaiho Air. How was that? Do you think they bought it? So far, so good. All right.
1,000.
Might be a bit of wind resistance. Captain Kaiho claws, yeah. Trim it. Oh yeah. Align it to that straightaway, and I think we're good. Retract the flaps. What? Alright. We're good. Might be good. I mean, we're following the pathway. We're a bit higher on the elevation, but we should be good. Hello everyone, this is your captain speaking. We had a successful takeoff. I believe we're at cruising speed now. Bit of cloud density, but we should be fine. We are heading toward our destination right now, Manila. We are northbound. Estimated time, I believe, was around 20 minutes. So we will be there momentarily. Again, thank you for flying with Kaiho Air. And I will speak to you again shortly. Philippines has 2 seasons, the rainy season and the sunny season. Keep trying to use the trim, but I keep probably overcorrecting. Yeah, like I don't know when to stop the trimming. Right, yeah, I think that's good. I'm guessing this is wind resistance, perhaps? Why my aircraft is swaying? It's like we're approaching the mainland. Is Manila a pretty big city, Lacey? Are we gonna see a lot of, like, buildings? I'm guessing it's a capital, right? Okay. So we're finally getting the navigational altitude it wanted us to be. Slow down. Oh yeah, I'm in the yellow. lost my altitude. We're in the green, I think. Wait. How come I can't? How come my yoke isn't really responding?
Sync rate.
Oh, there you go. My yoke just got suddenly stiff. It's like hard to turn the aircraft. Oh, my airspeed's in the red again. Stiff and hard. I mean, I'm getting resistance. Uh-oh. The hell's the windshield wiper? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Looks like at our arrival at Manila, the weather is going to be cloudy and rainy. So hope you guys brought your umbrella, as well as the suitable clothes needed. Looks like we might be arriving momentarily. And thank you for flying with Kayo Air, and hopefully we land safely. Shoot. Dude, I don't think this aircraft could handle that. What? What the heck kind of flight pattern is this? Where am I going?
Sync rate.
Uh-oh. There's Manila. Where the heck's the runway? Oh, I think that's it right there. Landing gears. I don't know where the guy has disappeared on me.
Too low. Terrain. Too low.
I see the airport though.
Too low. Terrain. Too low.
Okay. Just gotta go for another pass.
Too low.
How do I get my... Where's my landing gear? Okay, Lazy, we'll get you to your destination one way or another.
Sink rate. 1,000. Too low.
Oh my god, we're not gonna make it! Okay, it's fine. We splashed the water a bit.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
I don't know how to put my landing flap or landing gear on.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Hold on.
30.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We encountered some slight turbulence and issues on the descent to Manila Airport. But it appears we did land near the airport. If you look out your window, you'll see a nice neighborhood. Unfortunately, it's inverted. And some nice local fauna. May not be the smoothest landing, but any landing you can walk away from is a good one. So, thank you for flying with Kaiho Air, and I hope you ride with us again very soon. Thank you. Why didn't you help me? How do you... Oh, now my landing gear decides to open up. I was hitting right on the D-pad, and it wasn't doing anything.
Laserbones1249 says 1-star review on Yelp.
Hey, a star is a star. I'll take it. Aw. I wasn't expecting clouds and rain. And also the guidelines disappearing on me. Kiss my ass goodbye. No. Alright. I guess we can end this flight. Where else can we fly to? Canada? That's where Nazina is, right? Let's go from the US to Canada, perhaps? Actually, hold on. Let's do... Didn't get a good look at Manila. Since we landed there safely. Where is it? Let's try scenic with the with the smaller plane. We'll do a scenic of the surrounding area and then try to land at this airstrip. 5 minutes. And we'll choose a scenic plane. Any like private looking jets? This one. Maybe this one? Wait. Let's try a propeller. I think a propeller might be a bit easier to handle. I think that one's a good one. Go back to that Texon? Textron.
Manila Tower, Beechcraft Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf Sierra, ready at runway 06, east departure.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. After arriving safely in Manila, Lazy's home country, we're going to be taking a bit of a scenic tour of the local surrounding. And then arrive at our destination shortly afterwards. Again, thank you for flying with Iho Air. Alright, this should be easy. Well, hopefully. Wait, no co-pilot. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully it's the same as the Cessna, where it's just 65 knots.
Stall.
75, I think.
Stall. Stall.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Stall. Stall.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Stall.
Don't sink.
Stall.
What the heck?
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Stall.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Stall.
Don't sink.
Stall. Stall.
Trying to gain altitude, but my engines are near the red.
Stall. 500. 500.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Okay, I think we're stabilized. Wow, I didn't know Manila was this large, Lazy. You live here somewhere? Do you live at the capital, or is just nearby? Or no, yeah, don't do that. I'm pretty sure Microsoft's Flight Simulator is like 1-to-1 accuracy of everything. So hopefully this is, they depicted Manila exactly how it is. Same with the weather. Like I said, I think the weather is supposed to be real time, so I'm guessing it's actually cloudy where you are. trying to lower my RPM slowly so I don't go into the red. Alright, there you go. There you go. Oh, nice. So this is the center of Manila. That's cool how there's rivers and stuff going in between.
500. 500. 500. 500. Stall.
Hold on.
500. Stall. Stall.
Manila has some quite large buildings too, skyscrapers almost.
Stall.
I don't know how accurate that is. That boat's like beached itself.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Oh shoot.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
I don't know what this alarm means, but
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
uh-oh. What is that? I thought that was lightning for a second. I think we could slowly start heading towards our destination. Is that like the main freeway? Or main highway? Lazy? Right there? Seems to stretch right in the middle of the entire city. Slowly bank towards the flight path. Do you know what that is? Lazy? Why is that all by itself? The Keys-on Memorial Circle. Makes sense. The building did have a circular design to it, so that's most likely what it was. Why is it a memorial for? I'm doing a lot better with propellers than I am with engine or jet engines. Intrusive thoughts. Yeah, it is. Is it not cloudy where you are? I thought this is supposed to be real-time weather. Oh, it is? Okay. We'll try to fly to where Nazana is in Canada. That should be interesting because it looks like there's a whole bunch of snow over there. Hey, Pizza Lord. We exploring Lazy's country, Philippines. Specifically in Manila, which we just got done doing a bit of a tour of before we fly to the nearest airstrip to land. I feel like the pedals are more of a hassle to deal with and use, or it might be the PlayStation controller.
Stall. Stall.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Hope you guys enjoyed the view of Manila, the city and country that Lazy resides from. We are now on the outskirts of the city, some nice countryside. You can look out your windows. Very wholesome. Should be approaching our destination shortly. Hopefully a very smooth landing as well. Oh god, is that rain?
Lazybones1249 says, passengers, can you hear me? He will kill you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking again. Please ignore what you just heard. I don't know what that person is talking about.
Stall.
We are
Stall.
have everything under control.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
I will get you to your destination safely. Are there windshield wipers for this? It's fine. We're approaching our landing pattern.
Stall.
Uh-oh. Gosh, how do people fly in this?
Stall. Stall. Stall.
The rain never stops, yeah.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
Oh my gosh.
Stall. Stall. 500. Stall. Stall. Stall.
Where the heck is this airstrip at? I don't see anything.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Is it that?
Stall. 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 Stall.
What kind of airstrip is this?
Stall.
Oh. Dang it. Can we at least taxi to where we're supposed to go? we're stuck. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination. Overshot our landing slightly. Thankfully, there was some trees nearby to stop us. Hope you all enjoyed the tour of Manila, as well as the countryside as well. Again, thank you for flying. Hope you fly again with us soon. Alright, let's try something else. We'll land correctly someday. Yeah, I think your country's a bit hard mode at the moment. Lazy. Clouds and rain at the same time. Here we go, some clear looking weather. This is Canada, right? Let's try this. Winnipeg to here? Three hours. I think it's because we're in a propeller plane. Let's switch to a jet. An A-10 Thunderbolt? Oh yeah, let's try. I think I saw an actual fighter jet. Oh, here we go. F-18 Hornet, Super Hornet. See what the time adjusts for that. 2 hours. Shoot. 1 hour. Wow, how far is this thing? Oh shoot. $35 minutes. $27? There you go. Roughly 20 minutes. Hopefully, I mean, it's a one-seater, right? Well, I think depending on the variation, but smaller the aircraft should be easier to handle, right? Oh god. Safe travels. All right. See how we do it at nighttime. Gonna deliver some freedom. Just kidding. That was easy. Oh, look at that. Look at that thrust power. Where's my RPM? That's pretty easy. We're in a fighter jet, though. So we should be able to do some pretty cool maneuvers. Let's see if we can do a flip. We could get close, right? Let's see. Let's see what the above the clouds look like. That's crazy. Look at that. I didn't realize how many buttons and knobs and stuff are on these control panels. Almost. I don't know what some of them do, though. HMD brightness. Oh, wow. Oh, is HMD helmet display? Wow, look at that. Black bubble. Oh, it's an inoc. Huh? 8% fuel? Uh-oh. We burned a lot of fuel doing those stunts back there. No! What the? Looks like we're going in for emergency landing. We gotta glide. I can see the airstrip though.
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low.
Let's pitch down for some airspeed.
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel
See if
low.
I can save us.
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low.
I can't bank.
Fuel low. 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 Fuel low.
I don't know if the controls got locked or something
Fuel low. Fuel low.
after stalling.
Low.
Oh, we're blacking out.
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel
Oh.
low. Fuel low. Power. Power. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low.
Oh, found the landing gear.
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low.
Yeah. All right.
Fuel low.
I mean, to be fair, I think your statement was more towards through my own actions. In this case, we had no choice. We ran out of fuel, which we weren't anticipating. Let's try going somewhere where it's daytime. Ooh, Europe? Maybe? Where's Paris at? Maybe we can see the Eiffel Tower. Let's maybe try helicopters. Right, okay, I think that's a helipad right there. think we have helicopters available. Yeah. I guess we'll set the same spot as the arrival. We didn't do any training for helicopters, but hoping the concept is still the same. Well, it starts us in the air already. It's not the same as an airplane. Why am I in a spin? Okay, there you go. I think we need to do the training for helicopters. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the ride. Same. It's weird, my R2 pedal turns the way it should, but this one doesn't. The left one doesn't, I mean. Maybe the brake is on? I don't think we're getting anywhere with this. I think our best is propeller planes. Well, maybe we should check out the tutorial for that. Wait. No flight training for helicopters? Oh, there you go. Shoot, I missed it. He's probably busy. I mean, it is the weekend, so can't blame him if he has other plans.
Welcome to the beginning of your rotorcraft journey and our first helicopter lesson. My name is Paul Martin, and I will be your flight instructor. I must say, it is a very beautiful time of the year to begin your helicopter trainings at
Wow.
Grenoble-Versoud Aerodrome. Meet our trainer helicopter, Cabri G2. You already know how the flight control surfaces of airplanes work, right? But do you understand how a helicopter turns without ailerons and speeds up without elevator? Here, look at the Cabri's main rotor. This is our main control surface. By tilting the main rotor disc forward, backward, left, or right, we can change the direction of the thrust vector and move the helicopter in a chosen direction. As with most French-designed helicopters, the main rotor blades advance in a clockwise direction. What do you think we need the tail rotor for? Walk closer and look at it. By changing the tail rotor's thrust, we can control the direction that the nose of the helicopter points. The Cabri G2 utilizes a fenestrant-type tail rotor. It differs from a conventional open-tail rotor by being integrally housed within the tail boom. Now, let's continue our training inside the cockpit. Get in and buckle up. Welcome aboard.
Blonde
Don't be
guy.
surprised
I tried making his hair
right
similar
side.
to my
Unlike
model.
in airplanes, pilots typically sit on the right seat in helicopters. Now, let's make you familiar with the Cabri's flight controls. Look here, this is what we call the collective lever, or simply collective. We use collective to climb or descend, or in other words, to control our vertical speed. Try raising it up and lowering it down. Make sure to leave it in the most downward position. Here is what we call the cyclic stick, or just cyclic. It looks similar to the airplane's stick, doesn't it? And behaves very similarly, too, at least in a forward flight. Left
Yeah, it's like
or
the
right
yoke.
inputs cause the helicopter to roll into a turn, and forward and back inputs change the pitch attitude. Try moving it left and right, forward and aft. On the top of the cyclic stick, you can see a cyclotrim knob. The Cabri uses a dual-axis electric trim, allowing you to completely release static forces in flight, both longitudinal and lateral. Try pushing the knob left and right, forward and aft. And finally, the anti-torque pedals, located in the same place as the rudder pedals in an airplane. They serve a similar purpose, controlling the direction that the nose of the aircraft points. In a hover flight, they help you to control yaw and heading. But in forward flight, they serve the same purpose as in airplanes, adjusting the side slip angle. Try pushing the left and right pedals one after the other, and look at them in the process. Sounds pretty easy so far, isn't it? Let's have a look at the instrument panel. I am sure you've already spotted what we call the six-pack. 6 primary instruments all airplanes also have. Look at the altimeter, for instance. As you see, the ground elevation here is around 720 feet. An interesting fact related to altitudes. In forward flight, a helicopter can fly much higher than when it's hovering. After our hovering training, you will understand why it's like that. Now look at the airspeed indicator. What can we learn just by looking at it? You can see right away that the indications start from 20 knots. The caution range lasts up to 45 knots, and you should never exceed 130 knots airspeed. Why should we be cautious when flying slow? I will show why in our next training. Now, would you please look at the vertical speed indicator? It is very important to monitor VSI, especially on descent. If you descend faster than 300 feet per minute at low airspeed, you may settle your helicopter into its own downwash. This is called a vortex ring state, and it is an emergency situation you will eventually learn to deal with. But for now, simply get used to monitoring your VSI, just like you monitor altitude, airspeed, and engine parameters. Another thing to remember while flying is to keep the fuselage in the correct streamline position. For that, we monitor the turn coordinator ball, just like we do in airplanes. Or the more sensitive indicator, the yaw string, just like we do in gliders. The ball and the yaw string should be kept in the center.
Oh,
We won't use other classic instruments much in our trainings, because we will mostly fly by visual references. However, you do need to know about the EPM, which stand for Electronic Pilot Monitor. Let's start the engine and avionics to see it running. Great. Now you see the Electronic Pilot Monitor running.
supposed to be making that sound.
EPM combines all common motor and rotor monitoring instruments on a single LCD screen, as well as the in-flight fuel management. The thing we're most interested in is the Smart Power Indicator. Have a closer look at it. It is called the MLI, which stands for Multiple Limit Indicator. It is a special feature of the Cabri G2. A red line shows the available performance and limits at a glance. We will refer to the power indications a lot in our trainings. Okay, enough talking. Time to get up in the air and fly. In our next training, you will have your first taste of piloting a Cabri G2. Here we are, flying along the Grezavauden Valley in the French Alps. Look around while I am piloting. On your left-hand side, you can see the Belladon mountain range. And on your right-hand side there are the Chartreuse Mountains. Beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah.
On the count of 3, I will give you control of the helicopter. Prepare to slightly push cyclic forward to maintain the correct attitude. 3, 2, 1. It's yours now. Using the cyclic, keep the helicopter in a straight and level flight along the Isar River you can see below. I will take care of the collective control and maintaining the altitude, so you can focus on our speed and ground track. Reach cruise speed of 80 knots. Push the cyclic to speed up, or pull the cyclic to slow down. Now try to maintain 80 knots through all maneuvers. To maintain the same speed, try to remember the position of the horizon line and maintain it visually in the same place. That will make sure you are flying with the same speed. Keep flying flying straight until the river begins curving to the right. See how you always need to keep the cyclic deflected to maintain the same attitude? After you've found a proper cyclic position, use the cyclic's trim to release static forces. Feels better now, right?
I think I'm getting the hang of it.
Here we are. Let's try some turns now. You see the river is turning right. Try to fly above the river and turn right together with its curve.
Going a bit too fast.
Now make a sharp left turn following the river line. But this time, try to make the turn coordinated. Don't forget to use pedals to avoid any slip and skid, just like in airplanes. Now you see how little pressure on the controls you need to control a helicopter. Let's do something you never do in airplanes. Let's bring our airspeed to 0 knots. Gently pull the cyclic back until you reach 0 knots. Interesting for airplane pilots, doesn't it? Keep the cyclic back to maintain 0 knots airspeed. Now try to use your trim to move the neutral position of your cyclic. You can trim the helicopter when you hover, when you climb, or when you're on cruise. This releases the forces on the stick and lets you better feel the controls. Nice. But just when you thought flying helicopters is all easy, I want to admit that currently I'm helping you stabilize our helicopter. You see, since we slowed down, the airflow over the tail is not enough to counteract the helicopter's rotating tendencies anymore. So I keep pushing the right pedal and adjusting our cyclic a little to stabilize our flight. Let me show you what happens when I stop helping you.
That is a good question.
Okay, I'm assisting you again. Don't let these rotating tendencies scare you. It is a fun challenge, and you will master it in no time during our next trainings. You are really good with maintaining the correct speed and making turns. See you in our hovering tutorials.
I mean, they invented it, I'm guessing, shortly after World War II, right? I don't recall seeing any helicopters during World War II. This training Practice taking off to a hover, changing hover altitude, and landing from a hover. Okay.
Welcome to our first hovering lesson. To hover in ground effect means to maintain a constant position a few feet above the ground. It is not as easy as it sounds. In fact, hovering a helicopter is challenging, a bit like trying to pat your head and rub your stomach at the same time. A helicopter has 3 highly sensitive controls, but at first I will be giving you only one control at a time to handle. Your first control to master will be the collective lever. Remember, it is located on the left side of your seat. The collective controls your height above the ground. You will use it to take off to a hover. When you raise the collective control, the pitch angles of the main rotor blades increase. This increases lift, and the helicopter climbs. When you lower the collective, pitch angles decrease. This decreases lift, so the helicopter descends. Easy, right? Another thing we'll need today is the EPM, which stands for Electronic Pilot Monitor. You might remember it from our previous lesson. Today you will learn monitoring power percentage with a multiple limit indicator. The most important thing to remember about power indications is to never go over 100%. You can read more about that subject in the briefing notes. Okay, enough lecturing. Time to fly. Before taking off, always check that all gauges are green and that we have enough fuel. As you can see, the tank is half full. This is more than enough for our training. Now look left and right to make sure we don't have people or vehicles approaching. All good, and we are clear to go. You have collective control now. Slowly raise it to the point where we become light on skids. This will be around 65% of available power. Be careful. First you won't see any reaction to your movement, but power will catch up soon. Now, move the collective just a little more to get to 2 feet altitude hover. And don't mind us moving laterally. Today, I'll take care of that.
Oop.
There you are. Keep hovering at 2 feet now. You see, since we are hovering so low, the altimeter will be not useful. Judge your altitude just by looking outside. You are higher than 2 feet now. Lower the collective a little. 2 feet is approximately 1/3 of the length of the Cabri skid. You are lower than 2 feet now. Raise the collective a little bit. You are higher than 2 feet now. Lower the collective a little. You are higher than 2 feet now. Lower the
Okay, there you go.
You are higher than 2 feet now. Lower the collective a little. Remember, the main trick of the hovering challenge is to move the controls as gently as possible. When you find a proper collective position, you don't need to keep adjusting it, given that we are not moving and there is no wind like today. Look around and memorize how 2 feet of altitude looks. Also, look at the power indications and memorize the number. This is the amount of power required for hovering in ground effect, and it depends on lots of factors such as our weight and the weather. But you may find it useful to remember this number for our training today. Now let's see how little you should increase power to hover at 8 feet altitude. Gently raise the collective just enough to get to 8 feet altitude and stop there.
I can't control anything else but the collective. Drifting into the trees. Okay, we're back.
The proper collective position, you don't need to keep adjusting it, given that we are not moving and there is no wind like today. Look around and memorize how 2 feet of altitude looks. Also, look at the power indications and memorize the number. This is the amount of power required for hovering in ground effect, and it depends on lots of factors such as our weight and the weather. But you may find it useful to remember this number for our training today. Now let's see how little you should increase power to hover at 8 feet altitude. Gently raise the collective just enough to get to 8 feet altitude and stop there. Great. You're getting more and more confident with collective control. Keep hovering at 8 feet while I'm talking. Look around and try to remember how 8 feet altitude looks like. It is an important altitude. You should avoid climbing higher when you hover in ground proximity. We will talk about it more in our later trainings, but for now, just remember, if your engine quits when you are higher than 8 feet and you don't have enough airspeed, you won't be able to land safely. So, whenever you hover stationary in ground proximity or hover taxi, stay below 8 feet and you'll be safe. Now let's go back to a 2-foot hover. Still remember which power indications to aim for.
Yeah, it was around 88, I think.
There you are. I can see that now you understand sensitivity and inertia of the collective lever much better. Our last objective for this training session is landing from hover. Remember to always stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude before touching the ground. Now, very gently lower the collective control until you find yourself firmly on the ground.
All right. Pedals control the direction where the nose of the aircraft points. Huh. Oh, shoot, it froze.
Welcome to the second part of our hovering training series. This time you'll get familiar with anti-door pedals. I will be helping you at first, but by the end of this training session, you will be in full control over our heading. Let's start with taking off to a hover. You already know how to do that. Before raising collective, always check that all gauges are green, we have enough fuel, and there are no obstacles nearby. Slide on the skids first, and only then take off to a 2-foot hover.
Yes. 88. 2-foot hover.
Here you go. It is nice to see you are getting more and more confident with collective control. Stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude. Let's move on to the anti-torque pedals now. Look, they're located in the same position as the rudder pedals in airplanes. They also serve a similar purpose, which is controlling the direction where the nose of the aircraft points. Only that in helicopters, it happens due to increasing or reducing the thrust produced by the tail rotor. Try to gently apply pedals one after the other, and you will see how the nose yaws in the direction of the applied pedal. Easy, isn't it? Now, try to turn toward the helicopter parking on your right-hand side. Apply the right pedal to start the turn, and the left one to stop at the required heading. Pretty good. When making pivoting turns, try to make one smooth movement, and then stop exactly at the desired heading. Now, turn 90 degrees left, back to our original heading toward the runway, and away from the hangars. Easy, right? Keep in mind that we use pedals to make turns like that only when hovering. We call it a pedal
20k
turn.
channel points,
In
nice.
cruise, we change the direction of flight using the cyclic stick.
Sorry, there's not much to
It's
spend it
only
on.
for adjusting the side slip angle, like in airplanes. By the way, remember our briefing? There's a torque effect caused by our rotor rotating clockwise, and we use pedals to eliminate this rotating tendency. Until now, I was assisting you with the anti-torque control, so you would be able to try changing heading without additional stress of fighting the torque. It's time for you to have full pedal control. On the count of 3, I will stop assisting you with anti-torque. Remember, our rotor rotates clockwise, which means the torque effect will immediately turn our nose left. You will have to press the right pedal to counteract that torque.
That's why we were spinning.
You'll be given
There was a
full
torque.
control in 3, 2, 1. Now, try to maintain our original heading toward the runway. It is all a matter of finding a good position for the pedals, which counteracts the torque.
Wow. I didn't know this with helicopters. Oops. Wrong collective. Oop. Oh man, this is hard. At least on the PS5 controller. God, this is hard. Okay. Jeez. Oh my god. Right, you guys probably can't see it, but there's a progress bar in the top right that has to fill up first before I can proceed. Okay, there you go. I think this is good. Oh, fudge.
You're doing good. Now let's turn 90 degrees left toward the edge of the trees on the left-hand side. Yes, the helicopter will try to turn there itself as soon as you ease your right pedal pressure. With small, gentle pedals movements, try to keep our nose heading toward the edge of the trees.
Oh my gosh. Okay, there you go.
Good.
There you go.
You're getting better and better. Let's now slowly turn right all the way to the helicopter parking, which is behind our back now. Good. Now let's turn 90 degrees left, back to our original heading toward the runway. Super. Now you know how to change and maintain heading with anti-torque pedals, as well as how to counteract the torque. I will now let you perform a little more advanced landing than last time.
I think so.
You have control of both collective and
You can see the chat history of that
First, fully stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude.
when I was testing the
Carefully
text-to-speech
maintain
earlier.
heading toward the runway. Always make sure you don't have any movement or yawing before you
Oh.
touch the ground. Now, gently lower the collective control until you find yourself firmly on the ground. Congratulations. You landed while having full control over the pedals and collective. Way to go. I believe you can benefit from a bit more practice with pedals before you move on to the next lesson.
Ruler of pizza. Where? Cyclic.
Welcome to the third part of our hovering training series. In this training session, you'll get familiar
People are converting to
with
Twitch.
control,
No.
and you'll learn to counteract translating tendency. Still remember this term from our briefing?
YouTube was my original intention to try to build.
All gauges are green. We have enough fuel, no obstacles around. Let's go. Slowly raise the collective, get light on the skids, and take off to a 2-foot hover.
Gotta get it. Power 88. Around there. Okay.
Stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude. Here we are. You probably realize that I am now helping you with anti-torque pedal control. This will help you to fully concentrate on the cyclic stick in this lesson. Look there, the cyclic stick is located between the pilot's legs and looks similar to a joystick or an airplane stick. By moving the cyclic forward, backward, right, or left, we tilt the main rotor disc in a chosen direction and subsequently move there. We also use cyclic to counteract left drift caused by translating tendency. You don't feel the drift now because I'm helping you to fight it. I will let you master hovering movements first before you face the drift. Now use pedals and turn the nose of the helicopter toward the helicopter parking on your right-hand side. Slowly ease the cyclic forward to get our helicopter moving. Establish a walking pace over the ground. The trick here is to move very slowly with the speed of a brisk walk.
Oh my gosh, this is hard. At least a controller.
Gently pull the cyclic back to stop above the center of the heli parking. Good. Don't let the cyclic go. Keep making tiny corrections to maintain position over the center of the parking. Now, make a pedal turn 90 degrees left, pointing your nose toward the runway again. You will now make a sideward movement back to our original parking. Keep pointing the helicopter toward the runway, but look left in the direction you are taxiing. Remember to move at a walking pace.
Oh wait. Maintain heading to the runway. Wait, what? Oh, I have to strafe or something, right?
Nice. Now, keep hovering over the center of the parking while I'm talking. Remember how I was helping you to fight the drift? On the count of 3, I will stop assisting you, and you will have full control of the cyclic. ready to experience a left tail rotor drift and apply cyclic accordingly to stay over this parking circle. Ready? Prepare to push the cyclic slightly to the right. 3, 2, 1. Your control. Remember, all inputs should be small and quick. You need to make frequent control inputs and corrections just to stay over one spot.
Oh.
It's probably too much for you at the moment, so let me help you again with drift control. It will allow you to focus on our position and heading. Remember how I was helping you to fight the drift? On the count of 3, I will stop assisting you, and you will have full control of the cyclic. Okay, time to land. I will be assisting you with drift and anti-torque control this time. Be ready to experience a left tail rotor drift and apply cyclic accordingly to stay over this parking circle. Try to be as close to the center of our parking circle as you can. Ready? Prepare to push the cyclic slightly to the right. 3, 2, 1. Your control. Stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude. Remember, all inputs should be small and quick. Make sure you don't have any movement before you touch the ground. It is very important because we can easily get dynamic rollover if we are not. This landing was too hard for our helicopter. Handle next time. Let's try again. Prepare to have full cyclic control and push the cyclic slightly right. Okay, time to land. I will be assisting you with drift and anti-torque control this time. Try to be as close to the center of our parking circle as you can. Stabilize your hover at 2 feet altitude. Make sure you don't have any movement before you touch the ground. It is very important because we can easily get dynamic rollover if we are not careful. Now, gently lower the collective control until you find yourself firmly on the ground. Safely on the ground, congratulations. Feel free to repeat our cyclic training later if you want to complete it without my assistance. I would recommend you to spend a little more time practicing cyclic control before you move to the next lesson. Otherwise, I will need to be assisting you there too.
I don't think helicopters are a thing. Oh, Red Bull Air Race. Let's see what this is about. See if we can practice first. Playing around with the Suribot, lazy.
Clear into the track. Smoke on. When turning into a chicane, pull up slightly to counteract the loss of altitude.
Oh my gosh.
Vertical loop, pull up hard after passing through the gate. Keep pulling until you're pointing toward the next gate. Then roll the aircraft until it's facing upright. When banking into a turn, remember to pull up slightly to compensate for the loss of altitude.
nice.
Continue practicing or leave the flight at any time via the pause menu.
See how fast we could do that. World record is 1 minute 10. Here we go.
Lazybones1249 says, when does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent.
Ah. What?
Incorrect rotation. Incorrect rotation.
Oh, that has to be leveled. Dang, 1 minute 30. See if we can do that again without getting those penalties.
Clearing the track. Smoke on. No smoke.
Yeah. Ah!
You're flying too low. Get back up.
Well, let's try that again.
Clearing the track. Smoke on.
No penalties, but it seemed like we had the same time. No, a little bit better. The last one was like 1 minute 39. Ooh, Monument Valley. Let's practice with this one.
When banking into a turn, remember to pull up.
Oh my gosh.
Compensate for the loss of altitude.
I think I need to change the pedal sensitivity.
For the vertical loop, pull up hard after passing through the gate. Keep pulling until you're pointing toward the next gate. Then roll the aircraft until it's facing upright. Congratulations. You completed a full run of the track. You can continue practicing or leave the flight at any time via the pause menu. Cross the safety line. Get back on track.
Let's see how fast we could do this one.
Clear to the track. Smoke on.
Oh, it crashed.
Get back up.
Man. Ugh. Oh man. Let's see if we could beat that. 1 minute 12.
Clearing the track. Smoke on. You're flying too low. Get back up. Missed. You're flying too low. Get back up.
Took out the gate. It's a world photographer. It's actually pretty getting pretty late. I think I might call it for tonight. I don't know. I mean, I guess we could explore more. And well, actually, yeah. I don't have to work tomorrow either. I just wasn't sure if this was boring you guys. Should rest up? True. Kind of want to get better at this. And then return to do like more of those challenges. Yeah, even though I don't work tomorrow, I should probably take advantage of getting a good sleep. So get rid of these glasses. I don't deserve it. Yeah, that was Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a first simulator and completely different from the other games that I usually play. But to me personally, it was something I wanted to try out. I probably will be continuing to play it off stream, just because it is something that kind of interests me. But if you guys found it interesting too, you know, I could probably stream it again in the future. I did watch some gameplays of other people, and there are unique scenarios. Like, I was watching one earlier. Granted, he was doing the helicopter thing, but it was like a rescue scenario. And I think there's also airplane scenarios where you have to put out fires and stuff. So I think after I spend time of doing more training, as well as tweaking some of the controls, we could revisit this game. I feel like some of the controls are way too sensitive than they should be on the PlayStation controller. The pedals in particular. So, once I become a bit of a better pilot, we'll definitely revisit. But speaking of simulator games, I mean, how do you guys feel about simulator games? Did you guys enjoy that one? Because I know that was a pretty hardcore one. But I have played other ones, such as Space Trucker, which I really liked. I wouldn't mind playing, getting back on that on the PlayStation, because I was playing it on PC. But a Space Trucker is like, you're a truck driver, but in space. But same simulator concepts in a sense. You have to maintain like your battery, instruments and stuff. So I wouldn't mind getting back into that. And if you guys have any other simulator games too, I wouldn't mind trying and exploring those. Five Nights at Freddy. 100 stream while drinking. Five Nights at Freddy to celebrate 100 followers on Twitch, and I'll incorporate some alcohol. Maybe. We'll see. Why do you guys want me to play that game so badly? Plan is harshness milky? What? Okay, I wasn't sure where we were getting at, lazy. Oh yeah, sounds like a good combo. Hatsune Miku Project Diva to warm up. And then some Five Nights at Freddy. Some alcohol. I feel like I might need the alcohol to get me through 5 nights. So no, I'm doing it for you guys. Surprisingly, I'm worried that I can't beat it. Because if I remember correctly, the original Five Nights at Freddy is all about reaction timing, right? Which, naturally, my reaction timing could be a bit questionable. Mixing in with alcohol might impact that further. A limited battery to protect me? Oh, shoot. Well, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyways, I guess I'll make that promise. We have a ways to go though. We're still in the 70s on Twitch, so should have a good time before that happens. anyways, glad you guys liked the stream, even though it was a simulator. Oh yeah, Poppy Playtime. Chapter 5, yeah. Definitely. We didn't do those first 4 chapters for nothing. Feel like it's closer than I think? I don't know. The only growth we had was three followers, and that was your friends, Lazy. You forcing them to do it. But I mean, we'll see. I know on the YouTube side, it grew quite a bit after I posted that singing cover. But hopefully Twitch gets there too. Yeah, I'll have to check. I was actually watching the teaser trailer for Poppy Playtime the other day. Can't remember her name, the little doll. Wait, is it Poppy? That's her, right? She was running, and then I guess the main antagonist is some type of weird scorpion type of creature. If you watch the trailer for chapter 5, there's a hidden message for 1 frame before the end. Oh wow. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, definitely will play Poppy Playtime when that comes out. I'm guessing next year. Anyways, glad you guys enjoyed the stream. Hopefully others enjoyed it too. Those that popped in. I have a feeling well, one of them seemed to be very familiar with the Flight Simulator, so hopefully my embarrassment performance didn't disrespect them. And hopefully others that check out the save VOD later enjoy it too. That being said, hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Enjoy your Sunday. I know I will, since this is my rest day. And I will see you guys on Monday. I'll try to work on a schedule tomorrow to put up, so you guys have it ready. You're all waiting for Monday? Hopefully it comes by fast. Anyways, hope you guys have a good one, and take care. Friday Night Funkin'? Yeah, we can revisit that. Don't let the beg bugs bite. They might. Oh, shoot. I'll be careful. Alrighty then. See ya. Gotta end the stream before something gets thrown at me. Ah, fuck. Alright, see ya.